This is No Kizzy with Trizzy, hosted by Latrell McCoy. We talk about the greatness that's come out of Raleigh, North Carolina, whether it's sports, community, or business. We highlight successful stories of people that have made it happen for themselves and their families, and talk about what it took for them to become successful. No Kizzy.
Yo, another episode of No Kizzy with Trizzy. I got my young, well, he's not so young anymore. He an OG in the game now. Young whippersnapper Dez Wells in the building. How you doing, my brother?
My boy, it was good.
Chilling, man. So, how you enjoying being in the States right now?
Sheesh, man. It's more time with my daughter, but I can't lie, it does feel different. It's my first time being around around this time of year, holiday, stuff like that, in probably like 10 years. So it feels a little weird, but it's good to be around family and my friends.
10 years?
Yeah, probably a little bit longer than that.
Jeez, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. You one of the only dudes like that I've ever been around that hoop that's always fucking smiling. Like you always got good energy for real, bro. I always wanted to tell you that,
for sure. For sure.
And it's a lot that I don't know about you. Like, you know what I'm saying? How old are you?
30.
Okay, so
yeah.
So you're a little younger. So that's what I'm saying. Like, how did all this start? Like, what made Dez Wells become a hooper?
My mom played ball in college. I remember vividly.
Know that.
Yeah, she played at St. Aug.
That's dope.
So I remember vividly going to, well, I didn't see her when she played because she played in the 80s, but she was still around the game.
Uh-huh.
And she still lived close near St. Aug. I grew up on Heck Street, which is, right down that hill from St. Aug. And so we would go there. She would play, intramurals there, and she would play against some of the college players, and she would scrimmage against them. And I really, I ain't really know too much about the game. I just knew I had a basketball in my hands, and I was just trying to, just be around the game and enjoy that. But she was the first one to inspire me to want to play.
So what age was this when you thought like, yeah, I really want to do this? Like, because something click. It always like when you're a child, it's like,
yeah,
something click and makes you want to do it.
I would probably say I knew that I wanted to do it. I would probably say like I was like 10, like 9 or 10 years old. I knew that I wanted, this is what I want to do. I want to play basketball, and I wanted to play AAU. Like, that's when my mom started punishing me through what I wanted. Because she knew how passionate I was about it. Like, if I got in trouble in school, she would say, you missing this tournament this weekend.
And that'll do it.
Yeah.
That's worse than
that did it.
Hey, man, I'd rather you take my PlayStation.
Yeah, I was cool with getting the whooping, man.
Yeah, whoop my ass, exactly.
I had to tighten up. For sure, I had to tighten up. But my mom definitely knew what it took to get me on track.
So you say you was 10, like, when did you start playing AAU?
Probably the year before that, probably when I was 9, I played.
On the road?
Yeah, I was playing 9 and under. And it was 10 and under. I was 9, playing 10 and under. And, I was out there and I was playing, and it didn't matter how old the kids was, how much older they were than me. I kind of felt like, man, I can play, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was like my first time playing outside of my neighborhood.
Right.
You know what I mean? Organized fashion. So it showed me that I could do it. So I was like, man, yeah, that's what I want to do. And at that time, that was like when AI was, inspiring. He was inspiring everybody that looked like him. So I was like, man, I can do that. You know what I'm saying?
So who was on your team that I would know?
Melvin Tab.
Okay.
I didn't play with my other friend. I didn't play like Poob and John them to the next year.
Yeah.
And that's when I think I skipped and I was playing like 12 and under.
When you was 10?
Or yeah, I was 11.
Yeah.
No, I was 10. No, by the time I played with them, I was 10 and I was playing 12 and under.
Okay.
So that year before, I was 9 and I turned 10. It was like a season in between, and then I played with John.
Did you play with anybody else besides Garner Road growing up?
I played with Garner Road up until like 14 and under. And then I played with D1 Sports for like a year and a half. Then we went to like the North Carolina Gators. No, the North Carolina Raptors. Hell no, I went North Gators. North Carolina Raptors.
I remember them. Hold on,
And then we was with CP3.
Hold on, is the Raptors, is Cornelius, bro, it was a little guard they had, bro.
Oh, you talking about Andre Cornelius?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My boy was so cold.
Nah, he was nice. He was from Charlotte, though.
He didn't play with the Raptors, though? I'm tripping.
It was a different one, though. It was a different one.
Okay.
Like, we was just like the Raptors Select. Then they was like the North Carolina Raptors or something like that. So it was like, at that time, it was so many different teams, and it wasn't based on like the brands like Adidas. You know, Nike. Sure. It wasn't like that then. It was just all basically yo 5.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we just rolled the ball out. It was so much fun.
Yeah. What middle school did you go to?
Man, I went to Word of God.
In middle school?
Yeah, I
didn't know that, bro.
I went there from 7th grade up until 11th grade.
And you played for Word of God from 7th grade, bro. You really are like the OG of Word of God. I did not know that, bro.
Yeah.
Hold on, Wayman went there too, though, in middle school, didn't he?
Who?
Wayman?
Wayman went there with me about as long as I was there.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
bro.
I think
never knew that.
Did he? I did my junior year. That was his sophomore year, or freshman year, and then he was on the team in my junior year. I'm not exactly sure when he came. I remember he came. I was in middle school though, so he was. You know what I'm saying? He was still there, but I don't remember if he graduated from there or not though.
I ain't gonna lie. When I was in I'm gonna say 8th grade, and I went to Adidas camp first, right? You know how you good in their city and shit.
Yeah.
And then you go to camp and you like see all these people. Like I saw Derrick Rose and all them, and that shit. I'm a mama's boy. That made me call my mom like, Mom, I don't think I want to do this no more.
Hell no, I ain't had that moment.
I had that moment. See, that's what
I may have had a moment like that if I didn't play good. You know, I didn't call my mom. I was like in the bathroom in my hotel room crying and shit, like looking at myself in the mirror, like bad as fuck.
Yeah,
you know, but I would say, you said my first camp.
Yeah.
Where I was like shocked.
What grade was your first camp?
First one. I remember being hyped to go to the Dave Teller.
Okay.
So that was probably
you should though. That was the shit back then.
Right. So that was I just wanted to get like I ain't even gonna lie, I just wanted to get my picture from like the scout.com picture.
And your grade.
And then put that shit on my Facebook. That's what I was just playing for that. So I had a concept of what it was to be ranked, but I didn't measure that against like the country. I measured that against like the city, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Cause like we had so many, you know, in my eyes, you know, my vantage point wasn't as broad as it was as I got older. I didn't know like you was competing against everybody in the country. So as I got older and I kind of, you know, started competing, and I realized like, oh, you can, you know what I'm saying? Like I understood, like it was been explained to me, like going to showcases and, you know what I'm saying? So be college coaches there, and this is how it's gonna go. This is what it's gonna be like. This is how you got to carry yourself. I didn't know that in the beginning. I just knew like, man, I just wanted to hoop. I seen John go here, you know what I'm saying? Melvin went here, like Money went here. All of the guys that was a little bit older than me or that had played on the same team with me at some time, they was there. So it was like, all right, but that's where I gotta go.
All right. So speaking of that, so 9th grade, you was on varsity, right?
I was on varsity.
How does that work? Right?
I was on varsity in 8th grade.
Okay, so 8th grade. Excuse me. Excuse the hell out of me. I'm
sorry.
8th grade, you was on varsity. 9th grade is when we played y'all, I think.
At Mount Zion.
Yeah, and like, you know, I tell this story a lot. Larry. We was at the free throw line, and he was like, I can't wait for these niggas to leave. Thought it'd be my team. I was like, that was random as hell. He wasn't lying. It was his team after that. So 9th grade, hold on. 9th grade, that was when Milton.
Yeah, that was that team.
Bishop on that team too?
Nah, he wasn't there yet. It was Milton.
Okay, it was Milton.
It was Milton, CJ, me, Montel, Stephon Drain.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was that team.
Okay. So
Lance Beckwith, that was that team.
Lance.
Right.
Shout out to my boy Lance. I ain't saying Lance.
Right.
What? Okay, so with that, did you start that year?
No, I didn't. I don't think I started.
Yeah, I'm tripping.
I might have. I'm
thinking about the following year when Milton hit a game winner on us, and he.
Well, Milton was only there 1 year,
so that's when John played that year.
I might have started that year.
Yeah. That's when John, CJ.
No, I didn't start that year.
You sure?
Nah, because it was like John, Richard, Denon, Milton, CJ. Did I say Lance? And Lance.
Lance started. You might be right.
Yeah, bro.
You might be right. Yeah.
Lance was good though. He
no, for sure.
Injury, but Lance was good.
Hell yeah, Lance was good. But I just didn't know he started that year because all I remember is Milton hit a double clutch 3-pointer for the game against us and was like OD hype, and we was like so fucking mad, like, bro.
Yeah.
I think he got on scout.com from that shit.
He did.
Seriously.
Bro, you know, the first game, I didn't even play in this game. The first game where it was that Word of God, and Karan was shooting fucking fadeaways.
You're going crazy.
I seen that. I was like, I didn't know what I was looking at.
Hey, bro, if they got to the point where John was trying to guard him, John was like, yo, let me guard him. CJ and him was arguing, bro.
That was my first time seeing a different level of basketball.
Yeah.
And it felt like for me, when it's like high intensity, like basketball going on, for some reason, it just feels like the arena is smoky to me.
Yeah.
I don't know why the fuck it's like that or what causes that to be what's happening, or maybe it's just like just how more my mind goes, but that's what it feels like.
Maybe that's what happens when you're like a freak athlete. That doesn't happen to me, Jazz. So I don't know.
No, what I'm saying is what I'm experiencing maybe like it's almost like a runner's high.
Yeah.
So it's like for me seeing that myself, I'm putting myself out there. Okay, at that young age, like I knew I wasn't at the level to compete with y'all guys, but I was seeing it like, okay, that's where I gotta go.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking of that, you know, like Mount Zion and Word of God and all these schools, bro, like, you know, these kids get paid now, bro. I just figured that out like 2 weeks ago.
What you mean?
The NIL or some shit like that.
Yeah. That's in college though.
Nah, I thought that was high school. Mikey Williams. I went to the.
Oh, so they can get the money in high school before they get to college?
Yeah, bro. I went to the John Wall Invitational when Camden played.
Right.
DeJuan Wagner's son, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was with Poobie actually, and they was telling me like he's sponsored by Nike, he gets such and such and sponsorship. I'm like, yo, this is crazy, bro. Like,
okay.
I didn't know none of that.
So they just found a way to like not complain about what was already happening.
Yeah, exactly.
That was already happening.
Yes. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
But think about that though. Like, I personally feel like that takes away like the hunger a little bit. Like, like for Mikey Williams, bro, like he has everything right now. I've seen this kid in real life and I'm like, yo,
that's also influence too though.
What you mean?
Like, who was influencing him, you know, but also that's also just having a camera in front of your face. So you're naturally gonna try to appeal to that because you see how people react to that when they view it.
Yeah. But think about this though. Like,
I don't disagree with you though.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with you.
He worth like $7 million right now, right?
Right.
And he's not even a McDonald's All-American. How does that work, you know?
Well, you got to be selected for that. John wasn't a McDonald's All-American either.
Yeah, I heard that.
You know what
That's
I mean?
pretty wild, actually. But John was number one, though, you know?
No, he was. So that's my point is, like, whenever it's a situation where you got to be selected, it's going to be politics behind it.
For sure.
So you gotta respect that. It's like business. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So I feel like, bro, if
like your emotions can't be tied into it.
Yeah, if it's business,
we should be able to like disagree about some personal shit and then go do business that's gonna benefit both our families and have coffee afterwards. It shouldn't that argument, that personal argument and disagreement shouldn't affect how we do business because that's on a man level.
Yeah, that's
maybe on a husband father level, and that's fine. But I think as men, we should also have a space where it's like, nah, we're gonna still get this done.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it's business, like, I personally feel like Mikey should be an All-American. Like, bro, is nobody making more money than this kid? How is he not an All-American? That doesn't make sense. So what if he don't live up to expectations? Like, how does that work? Like, do they just
got
drop
$7 million?
him? Yeah, no, it's great for him. I'm big ups to him, but like,
nah, I think they found a way to repurpose what he can offer.
Yeah,
I think so. I think they can find a way to repurpose that, especially all the money they got invested into him. Like, it would, of course, they could just move on to the next player, but I think there's also he hasn't exhausted all of his potential and what he can do and providing for himself. Okay. He may not be as big of an asset, but I don't think he's I don't think his liability.
Yeah, no,
he's
for
out of
sure.
trouble.
I personally feel like, and I don't mean to get off track, but I tell people a lot, like, when a kid is good, like I could tell, like, if you're an NBA player or not. I don't know how good you're gonna be in the NBA, but you could just, it's certain things that you can do that I'm like, okay, he's an NBA player,
or just the mentality.
Yeah,
like you can. I think it's more so the skill with guards.
Yeah.
For wings, it's more so athletic tenacity. It's like how you move, fluidity.
And he got a lot of that.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So all of those things combined into one is Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah.
Size, athleticism, fluidity.
Is different right there.
Right.
Yeah. Let's get back on you though. So just go to your junior year.
Yeah.
Was your junior year, was it your team your junior year?
No, it was CJ's senior year.
CJ? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
It was his senior year.
Yeah.
So it was, I remember.
Hold on. That was John's senior year too then, wasn't it?
No, John was my sophomore year.
Oh,
John
okay.
was my sophomore year.
Okay.
Freshman and sophomore year was basically John.
Yeah. And then junior year
was CJ.
CJ. How did y'all do that?
John and CJ though.
How did y'all do your junior year?
We underachieved, but we had a good team. It was just we weren't. I don't know. We just didn't have the leadership. You know what I mean? And we didn't have the best player in the. You know what I'm saying? Like John was just.
That's different.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
So it's like when you lose that, regardless, if you still playing the same schedule, it's just a big factor that's missing.
For sure.
And, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But knowing what you know now, like you said, a lot of stuff is leadership, bro, and that comes from not having like males. And I know personally for me, like in Quran, we have like males in our life that's like, hey, no, that's not right, bro. Do this. Like we had grown men, nigga. We have grown men agreeing with us, like what we say. I'm like, bro, that doesn't even make sense. We don't know where this
they was
shit gonna come
they was
from.
asking us what
right. And that'll never work out if that's the case. So yeah. So okay. So y'all underachieved your junior year. Fast forward your senior year.
It wasn't a bad year. It wasn't, but we was capable of. I say that because we could have won the state championship. And so I think CJ had like turned his ankle or something like still before the state time, like tournament.
Yeah.
So he didn't play.
Yeah.
So it was, you know what I'm saying? We ain't had no size.
Was Bishop there too?
Yeah, Bishop was there. It was me, Bishop, Stacey Caraway, Elijah Johnson. So yeah, it was. Yeah, we had a good team. It was just
that was pretty solid still, for sure.
And I wasn't ready at that time to lead a team because it hadn't been on me to lead a team at that point. So I wasn't ready to step into that role. You know what I mean?
Okay. So fast forward senior year.
Yeah, that was at Hargrave.
Yeah, I remember that. So you went to Hargrave. What made you do that though? What made you leave?
Because I was ready to step into that role.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I knew being in Raleigh, I was just gonna fuck around, man.
Yeah. How was that though? Like,
you know the crazy thing, bro, I only needed like a 700 to qualify for the SATs. Like my grades were straight.
Yeah.
But like I knew, bro, like just being here, bro, like I knew when I was young, bro, I was smart. Yeah. But I also knew like, man, I understood like I guess like at my level, I understood like the politics of like being in school and how like to talk to teachers and shit like that. So I knew like what I could do to get around the bullshit or shit I didn't want to do. So I wanted to put myself in a place where I was constantly being challenged and pushed because in my mind I was like, bro, like the path that I'm looking for, I'm trying to follow, you know what I'm saying, is John's.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want to get to the league. I want to do this. I want to do that. So I'm like, well, I got to separate myself to kind of make sure that I'm on point with everything I need to do. So that's why I chose to go to Hargrave. And I went there with two of my teammates that I played with in AAU. So I played there with, it was me, PJ Harrison, and Marquise Rangan.
Okay.
So they was both going to Carolina and Virginia Tech.
So how did y'all season pan out that year?
In AAU?
No, I thought you said Hargrave.
Well, before Hargrave, we was in AAU.
Okay.
So, you got that last season before you become a senior.
Right.
So that senior, that year, that's when we was in CP3. That was our last year playing AAU.
Okay.
So we did, we had a good team. We did good. We killed that shit. But going into Hargrave, I ain't know what to expect, man.
Yeah. I bet. I'm still trying to figure out, like, Hold on, where is Hargrave?
It's in Chatham. But
It's
near
campus.
Danville.
Did y'all live on campus type shit?
Yeah, and it's literally military. So like, it's like cement floors, like fucking scrap metal bed railing with like, you got a regular mattress.
Right.
It ain't nothing super comfortable, but you got it's adequate for you.
So did you guys have to do military shit? Like
5 a.m. wake up, 6 a.m. we had to be down there to salute the flag, and they do the, I don't know what's the name is, like they did on the trumpet though.
Yeah.
So I guess it's I don't know.
Like a Star Spangled Banner.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah, the Star Spangled Banner.
Yeah, that's what it is.
They did that. So they do that on the trumpet, which it was pretty cool to me. I kind of like that part of it.
Yeah.
But, you know, besides being 6 a.m., you had the little Krispy Kreme hat on with the little jacket when it was cold.
And y'all had to wear this every day?
Every day, bro.
That's discipline, though, on some real shit.
Yeah. It forced you to either, like, put up or shut up.
Yeah.
And what you was going there for. So like, if you was going there to better something so you get the fuck up out of there, you was gonna do what you had to do.
Right.
If you was like, nah, fuck this, I'm not trying to do this shit, I'm going, like, and it was kids like that would just be in there 6 a.m. and 5 of the TAC officers got to come in there because they in there like tearing their fucking room up, like breaking shit, like glass everywhere, like damn near about to harm themselves because they like, you gonna let me leave or I'm gonna make sure y'all have to kick me out.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? And like,
these not on your teammates and no shit like that.
Nah, we was there with like regular students though.
Yeah.
You gotta understand, like 7th graders there.
Oh, okay.
So it's like politician kids go there. You know what I'm saying? Because they're being bred through military.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Backing because they're gonna be a fucking senator.
Yeah.
You know, 40 years from now.
Right.
But give you a crazy story, yo. So one of the kids went there. Fucking name was Steve Sewell? No, not Sewell. Blackwell, something like that. So
one of those Wells.
Yeah, we would ask the kids, like, bro, like, why did you get sent here? Really, like, it's really like some prison shit. Like, yo, like, what you in here for? You feel me?
Yeah.
But like, ask him, like, yo, why you here? Like, he was like, yeah, man, I'm from like California. My mom hit me up. My mom woke me up one day, end of the summer, like, yeah, come on, we about to take a little trip. You feel me? We about to just take a little trip before you go back to school. So she like pack a little trunk of stuff. He pack a trunk of shit, which is like the trunk that they tell you to bring when you come, but he don't know that because he thinking they going on vacation.
Right.
Put him in the, you know, all in the truck and shit in the car. She pull up to the airport, give him his plane ticket. Like, nah, you're going to Hargrave Military Academy at 15.
That's insane. I couldn't even.
You know, you're in the airport though by yourself. They left.
Right.
Like they, you know, made sure he got through and they dipped. So he could have ran the fuck away if he wanted to. But he came and it's just like, bro, I'm like, so what you know, so like we get to get home every 6 weeks, but like, I think this kid was from like California or some shit like that. So like, that's crazy, but like,
it's crazy.
It's a whole range of like kids and why they there.
Yeah, that is crazy. I personally feel like any kind of structure, you know, from a kid from where we're from is going to help us. You know what I'm saying? So when you went, now that like, you telling me all this, like that's like the smartest thing you could have did, bro. Go to Hargrave, seriously.
And it's crazy that I still have like a lot of those like disciplines and like,
yeah, that shit gonna carry along.
It's still there. Like I won't leave my house in the morning until my whole crib is like cleaned up.
That's dope.
And it ain't never really but that way it's never really fucked up.
Yeah.
So like I will always make up my bed, even in the hotels, bro. I always make my bed before I leave the room.
Well, I fucking don't. So, fuck that bed.
Yeah.
I got a girl coming over. All right, I got you.
Right.
Nah, I'm lying. I don't have a girl coming over, actually.
Yeah. Look at him.
But all right, so fast forward now. Freshman year, Xavier, right?
Right.
Speaking of Xavier, I didn't want so much money on FanDuel with Xavier. Shout out to Xavier this year. They all right. I know that was like, no, because you was at Hargrave, so it ain't like night and day. You kind of already was on the, you know what I'm saying?
That shit was easy. Yeah. College was easy. Like, see, and that's being an adult for me is easy.
Bro, that's so crazy because it's usually the opposite. Once you leave school and go to college, you like, oh. Well, actually for basketball, I'm saying like, you know what I'm saying? Like you get to see seniors who've been lifting weights for 4 years.
Yeah.
You a freshman, you like, damn,
Yeah.
I know for me, I was like, damn, the senior guards is so much in better shape. But that's another thing that's a little different about you, though.
Mm-hmm.
You already look like a senior your freshman year.
Yeah.
So it wasn't no rude awakening when you first got to Xavier?
Nah. Well, I had been playing against like NBA talent since, you gotta think, since grew up with them. So it didn't even matter. Like we knew it, like I understood like that I understood I could compete with them. I just knew it was things that they had little advantages based on their experience than me. And it was things that I just had to go through. Like I had to go through playing one-on-one and just getting cooked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And still keeping my mind locked into it and trying to use what I can do to my advantages. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or use my advantages, you know what I'm saying, against them. So it taught me mentality as well, because like I played with two really, really like All-American point guards my freshman year. And they played in tandem.
Hold on. It's funny you say that, because the Adidas camp I'm thinking about, hold on, what's the other guard name that was at Xavier with? What's the guard's name?
Holloway?
Not Holloway.
Oh, Mark Lyons.
Maybe that's him.
Yeah, that's my boy.
He was a dog, though.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie to you. He was pretty good.
We all still talk to this day, man.
Yeah, bro. Seriously.
But you gotta think though, like them dudes were like putting up 30, been to the Sweet 16. So I was like a big time recruit coming in, and I really appreciate them for this, because the best thing that they did for me was they taught me as I was going along. They didn't let me learn my lessons the hard way. You know what I'm saying? Like when they had to pull me aside, they was like, bro, come here. Look, I understand you a little frustrated, but you can't show that to the coaches. You can't, you know what I'm saying? Because they got to be able to rely on you, and you keep your emotions in check. Right. So like hearing that from an All-American point guard that's is on like the draft lottery and all this stuff, like it made a world of difference, because like we came from the same place. It was all different hoods, but we came from the same place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
For sure. So, hold on. Did you stay your sophomore year or you left?
No, I left. I transferred to Maryland my sophomore year.
Okay, so let's go to Maryland.
Right.
How was that experience?
Man, Maryland was amazing.
Hold on. Did you say your sophomore year, right?
Yeah, I went there my sophomore year. Maryland was amazing.
Was Nigel there when you was there?
Yeah, he was there. What you want to know? I want
to know, like, how was it basketball wise, like the transition?
Oh,
because usually when somebody transfer, I ain't gonna lie, on a bad team it's hate. It's like you got little groups here and there.
Oh, you mean the team on Maryland? In Maryland, I didn't give a damn. We could fight. We could do whatever you want to do, but I'm gonna be here and I'm gonna be me. Yeah. And that was just my approach when it came to that, because that in competition, bro, that's the one place I feel like men get to be unapologetically who they are.
Right.
And sometimes that works in their favor, sometimes that works against them. So you got to kind of figure out how to use that in your favor. So being the most aggressive person can also work against you, but also you have to be able to think, and that's what I like about, basketball.
So you said basically what you're saying is, hey man, we didn't really get along in Maryland, but fuck that,
I mean, I was here to win, so like I was cool with getting along with people, because I knew a lot of the guys before I got there, so I was cool with getting along with anybody. I'm always gonna lead with respect, but when we playing, bro, we're competing. So like, I'm not about to just be cool and friendly with you or something like that. If you acting like you don't want to play, I'm gonna talk shit to you. You know what I mean? Because like now you wasting my time.
Right.
If you want to waste your time, that's cool. Because you know what I'm saying. Every man got to choose his own path. But when it comes to you not competing against me because you don't want to be there that day, like now I have a problem with it. Because like, you know what I'm saying? Like you can, I don't know. That's just.
You can kill yourself, dude.
That's integrity, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Real. Like, if you have, you know what I'm saying? I understood that because, like, you find out, bro, in anything that you do, and the more passionate and the more you learn and the more, you put into and you invest in it, the more serious you take it. It's just a natural thing. It's just a natural order. So when you're around people that are doing the same thing as you, naturally you're going to find out where where the pecking order is. Mm-hmm. So when you're around people that you can tell, like, especially at that age, because everything's on our sleeves, and I was saying your early 20s. Like, I can tell, like, you don't give a fuck about this. At least you don't care as much as I do, because, like, it's little things you're not willing to do. Like, why won't you get an ice bath?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're, like,
And that shit is so beneficial.
You know what I'm saying?
People don't, like you said, but at that age, it's funny you say that, bro, because a lot of people in your, like, that's athletic and stuff, well, at my level anyway, like D2 and shit, they don't take that serious, bro. Like,
Right.
ice baths and all that's real, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the biggest thing that separates people. It's never, even like from what I've seen at all levels of the highest levels I've played at basketball, it's never the talent that separates people.
how did y'all finish out your junior year at Maryland? How did that go?
Shoot, we finished 17-17.
Okay, so
That
500.
was even, yeah.
Yeah.
My
Did y'all make it
sophomore
to the
year we were
tournament?
good though. My sophomore year is when we beat Duke in the ACC tournament.
Oh yeah.
Wait for it. That's when we was, yeah.
That was, y'all didn't make the tournament your junior year?
Nah, we didn't.
The NIT?
Nah.
Y'all didn't make the NIT?
Nah, we did that shit. We made NIT my sophomore year, not my junior year.
So what about your senior year?
Yeah, we went to the round of 32 my senior year in the NCAA.
How did you do your senior year? Like,
I averaged 16 and 7.
Ooh, 16 and 7.
And that's when I broke my wrist. So I broke my wrist like around Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So before Thanksgiving, I was averaging like 19.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was pretty good. So once it came, like, we had like a Thanksgiving tournament. We was in Kansas City. And my boy Nigel had transferred to Kansas. So he had, pulled up to the game. So I played good. We won a championship. And that was against like Georges Niang, guy who played for the 76ers now. Yeah. And he tried to take a charge of me, and I avoided it, and I kind of landed on my hand. And if you see a scar right here, I fractured my wrist.
Yeah.
It was like the beginning of the game. So I played the whole game not knowing my wrist was,
and that's your shooting,
was broken, right? So I'm like shooting, but like it was weird because I couldn't all follow through the whole way. So like my hand would like stop at a certain point.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of adjusting, like figuring out how to, shoot mostly like floaters instead of like actual pull up. So it really just felt like my wrist was jammed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I guess that was just what the adrenaline did. But like after the game, fire.
You had surgery?
Yeah, but I had to wait like 2 days because it was Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to fly back, and I had to wait like a day and a half though to do anything because it was Thanksgiving, nothing was open.
Oh wow, yeah.
So I'm like, I couldn't take no like ibuprofen because I was going straight to surgery.
Right.
So it was like you can't have any other like medications inside of you. You know what I mean? So like, man, that was rough, bro.
That's wild.
That was a rough championship to win.
Yeah, you graduated from college?
Yeah, I graduated.
Okay, that's dope. That's very dope. So fast forward to the league, right? I'll be wanting to know this kind of stuff though.
Uh-huh.
So was OKC the only team you play with?
Yeah.
Like you said before we got to this point right here, you were saying about like talent and little things that separate you.
Mm-hmm.
And you being like up close to like Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I'd be wanting to know that kind of stuff. Like, how is that experience? Like, how was it?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, anytime I got a chance to like, ask them a question or pick their brain, I kind of made sure that the question that I had for them was like something substantial because I didn't want to waste their time, and I also didn't want to just be like an annoying ass rookie.
Yeah.
I already knew KD I went through his camp the summer before that, so I knew him a little bit. It was my first time meeting Russ, but he was cool. But I mean, they intense, they always the first guys in the gym, you know what I mean? Usually the last ones out. So it's just little things like your habit. It's not even you doing the habit for 2 or 3 months or even 2 or 3 years. It's the summer you doing that shit for 8 to 9 to 10 years to where now a person who was as talented, who's been slacking,
that shit,
there's no way they can catch up.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
so
right.
like, and I'm not saying you got to do the Kobe routine, working out 4 times a day, because everybody doesn't have the resources to do that. So I think that needs to be clarified as well. It's whatever you can sustain and whatever you feel pushing yourself, the point you feel pushing yourself to where you feel like you're getting better.
Yeah.
Sustain that first and build on that foundation. You know what I'm saying? And then, you'll create your own, you know what I'm saying, just workout and routine to go by.
Yeah, for sure. So did you have any rude awakening? Like, what was your rude awakening moment in the league? That you was like, all right, damn, these dudes kind of good for real.
Man, I was playing against. It was when I was playing like really like 1-on-1. It was like bullshit because like it was like the pregame, and Katie wasn't even playing, but like he was just out there just bullshitting. So he had him like his warm ups and stuff, but he wasn't playing. It was in Minnesota, and me and him was like doing some shadow 1-on-1, and like this. Like he was like, how like you just out there playing and you just just happen to just shoot. Like he wasn't hitting nothing, but he wasn't hitting nothing, bro. Like the ball was going straight in. I'm like, bro, like I wanted to be a fan and be like, bro, like what the how you do that? But it's also like, nah, give me the ball, man. I got something for y'all. You know what I'm saying? But I would say being around those guys and seeing the simple things that they did really well. Like if they were going to take a spot up shot, like a catch and shoot shot, he was going to make it because that was what he expected because he put the work in. So I feel like what I learned from them is raising your expectation and your work, you know what I mean, consistency, all those things, raising that to a level to where you can't you feel off if you don't meet that expectation. So it's like if I don't go to the gym or if I don't do something that I know was on my schedule, like once you kind of set out to do something, like I heard Kobe say it's no negotiating. Once you sign that contract with yourself, it's no negotiating.
I heard that shit too.
So that's like not that mentality because I know he was a little maniacal. Bro. He was a little maniacal about it. But I will say that like I make sure that I do something on the court and I lift every day. You know what I'm saying? And the days that I can't, like I feel different. It may just be all mental, but I feel different because
and you ain't even stopped. Like I said, like this probably the longest you stopped hooping in a long time.
Yeah.
And I know you feel different, bro, because after college, you in reality, don't get me wrong, but not really. Still you're a blessed young man to be doing what you want to do. But when college was over and I was just like, damn, so I guess I got to be like a normal human now. Like you got to get a job. You got to talk about real life shit, people. And it was so hard, bro, because I'm like, damn, all I want to do is watch basketball. And these people talking about fill your taxes. And I'm like, bro, that shit different.
Nah, I feel that.
So, did you go overseas after that year?
I did. Yeah, I went overseas for half the year, and then I came back.
Where did you go?
I was in Greece, man, and I tell you what, I love it. I love Greece, but I was in a situation that did not reflect the work that I put in up to that point.
Okay.
So I had to slide.
Okay, so I stayed there for the whole year?
No,
I mean until your contract was up.
Hell no, I slid.
Oh shit!
But and I felt the way about it because that was like the first. I felt like I was in conflict with myself because I felt like I was walking away from a situation that I had worked so hard for.
Yeah.
But I realized that was not what I had worked hard for. That was some bullshit.
Yeah.
Because, I feel like that was a point where I took control of my career. And I remember that shit. I was writing as I was going through it. Because I was killing. I was averaging like 17. You know what I mean? And overseas, that's a lot, averaging 17. I was averaging 17. And I was in the first league. So I was playing like Panathinaikos, Olympiacos, you know what I mean? PAOK, all of them. And I was putting up 30, 25, you know what I mean? And I was like, well, and I'm getting paid 3,500 euros over the counter in cash.
So how much is that here?
It's like $4,000. Yeah. That's some bullshit.
That is crazy.
I should be where I can get a job home and, you know what I mean?
You feel me?
Before taxes, I got to pay taxes on that money anyway. So
I thought it
before
was
taxes,
free though.
Well, it is. You still got to pay like federal, depending on where you live at. You know what I'm saying? Like you still, you know what I mean? Wow. Well, that's in Europe. That's crazy. Bro. So
I didn't know that.
I think things through. I think very analytical about things. So like realizing that situation is like, all right, I'm the second leading scorer in this league. I'm getting paid cash over the counter. I realized how much fucking cash can you travel with? And Greece was just went through a financial crisis like a year or two before I got there.
Right.
So it was stipulations and protocols on.
You couldn't carry so much cash.
Or you couldn't even take a certain amount of money out of your ATM per 2 week, bi-weekly.
Wow.
So like it was like $800 every 2 weeks. That was the max you could take out over a 2-week span. And like, it was a certain amount a month that you couldn't take out. And like getting like a Greek bank account at that time was just risky because like transferring money back and forth. And like, I remember I tried the Western Union money back and like I spent like $700 to send like $2,500 back over. You know what I'm saying?
That
like,
doesn't make too much sense.
And I was just like, what the fuck is going on? So I was talking to my agent and he didn't really have much for me about it, because it was just a situation, and it was like, bro, well, this is where you at. It's your first year, you got to thug it out. And I was just like, nah, bro, I this is not what I've been working for. This is not my first shot overseas. Like, and not even on no like, fucking, not even on no spoiled shit, bro. Like, I was days I woke up, bro, like I ain't have like, the water wasn't working. I had like this big ass tall bottle of water that I was having to take a shower with.
Yeah.
Like, and use that to brush my teeth with. You feel me? So like.
So you were in prison.
I was in a bad situation for sure, bro. But listen though. Like, why my whatever the hell I was laying in, and I was right on the water in Greece. So I don't know what the fuck you think water in Greece, bro, the ocean, but that shit is amazing. It's like a beach right here, and it's like a beach town, and it's beautiful. But it's like, I'm not here on vacation.
Yeah, you had to.
You know what I'm saying? I'm here to chase my, you know what I'm saying? This shit gonna always be here.
Sure.
So the decision I made was like, listen, bro, it's everything in you that knows that, bro, you better than the situation. So you got to figure out a way to, your agent not really trying to do what you need him to do right now. And for him, maybe he feel like he did his job. Okay, we can't control that. So moving forward, what are you going to do to take control of your situation? Because you're not caged anywhere.
Right.
You're not stuck anywhere. You know what I mean? You're not a prisoner of anything. You know what I mean? Like, so I feel like that was the point where I grew up my first step growing up to be a man in the industry, being in the industry of sports, bro. Like, and that shit was tough for me because it was just tough because, like, bro, like you just don't know. Like, I literally bought my own ticket back home. Like,
what did you do?
I left the
team. What did you do
after that? I came home. I fired my agent. Literally, I fired my agent while I was in Greece. I was telling my team, like, yeah, I'm about to leave. Yeah. Like, I'm not fucking with this. I'm about to leave. Like, nah. So, because, like, they was like, our payment was late, like 3 weeks late. And it's like, bro, I already paying me fucking pennies on the dollar. So, like, at least have, like, I ain't fucking with this business model. You know what I mean? So, all of that, bro, I was like, look, as a man, I can't do this, bro. I got to go. And all the guys that was on my team, it was like the last place team, like, bro, it was like, nah, like, this ain't. There's no way I could, like, build a name for myself in this spot.
Yeah, for sure.
So I came back to the G League and I did that. That was it. I did that for the second half of the year because I had to.
Who was you playing with?
I literally had to pay back, like, some of the money from the team that I played for. Because, that's basically like what it is. Like, we had to negotiate a buyout. Okay. Because I essentially just left the fucking team.
Yeah, without even.
No, I told them that I was leaving. Like, I told them I was leaving. You feel me? They didn't want me to, but I'm like, bro, I got my ticket. I put all my shit. I had my teammate grab my whip. I drove to the bus station. I had a little shorty who I was messing with up in Athens pick me up off the ferry. Yeah, and she drove me to the airport, bro. Like, I literally, like, figured that shit out, bro.
That sounds like it.
And that's a part of it, though.
Where's this car at?
No, they let the team gives you the car. My teammate drove with me, and he picked up the car and took it. Right. Yeah. And I was, like, sneaking out, like, because if they would have seen me, I did this shit, like, at nighttime. If they would have seen me, they probably would have tried to not let me leave on some shit. Like,
this nigga was in jail for
I mean, if anything happens to you, they're responsible for you.
Yeah.
So, like, they weren't trying to take that risk either. Like, we're going to control the situation. But I'm like, bro, I don't like having my future in nobody else's hands, especially if I don't like the fucking options that I have in front of me.
Yeah, that doesn't sound, like you said, to vacation, it sounds good, but you there on a whole another mission. So,
and, like, bro, I'm 22 doing this. So, like, I'm scared as hell. Yeah. But I'm also, like, if I stay in this moment or in this mindset, bro, I'm gonna always be here.
That's a fact. So, who did you play for in the G League? Well, the D League
the same
at
thing.
The moment.
It was the same team. It was the Blue, the Thunder Blue.
And But that's okay. So how did that work out? Like, what did you do? You just was like, all right, I want to play with y'all again.
I had played with them prior to that season when I was out with the Thunder.
Right.
And when I came back, I basically was talking to, I had talked to them to get me get out of my contract because I didn't have an agent. So I'm like, well, I need somebody to help represent me. And one of the guys connected me with his agent who he was either with at the time or who used to represent him.
Okay.
And it was cool. You know, he brought me on. He's still my agent to this day.
Okay.
And I feel like, you know, for me, I put together, not put together, but I'll tell him what I want.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And he'll put together a plan and we'll execute that.
So did you like the situation better he was in?
In the G League or with his agent?
In the G League and the agent, both of the situations.
Yeah, with the G League, I was familiar with it. So I had the same coach,
yeah,
essentially the same teammates,
okay.
a few new players, but it was fun. It was back to me just hooping and, you know what I'm saying? Right. I think I was damn near getting paid the same thing I was getting paid overseas after taxes. You know what I'm saying?
It's a little different.
Yeah, it still ain't shit, but yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, I feel you. So hold on. So where did you go after that? Like, was it
okay? After that season?
After that season, yeah.
I went to Italy.
How was that?
I loved Italy, man. Oh my God. I wish I want to go back all the time.
Is that where Julian at?
Julian
who? Gamble. I think
he in Israel this year.
Israel, okay.
Israel. He played in Italy like for Bologna the last 2 years, but I think he in Israel now.
So you played?
Yes, It's Israel.
You played a year in Italy?
Yeah. Yeah, I played a year in Italy.
How was that?
Beautiful.
Any hot Italian chicks?
A lot.
I believe it.
Man.
You know, my my Pornhub category is Italian chicks.
No problem. And you know what's crazy, bro? Those probably not even.
That's funny.
Those probably not even native Italian chick. Like, and it's crazy, bro, because like Italian women, I don't even think it's less said necessarily it's a look, but it's not necessarily like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not as distinct as like. I guess it's cultural. Yeah. But they're not what you would think though. Like,
I don't never see no like. All I see about with Italian women is like supermodel looking women. Like they don't never be like too. That's the only thing that I'll be knocking. I ain't never seen them, bro.
That's because what's seen or represented is the little models, the supermodels. Yeah. I mean they there too. They, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
it's also like some ones that's like, nah, they cooking a 5-course meal for lunch and dinner.
You had any of those?
Yes,
I believe you.
I had this.
Hold on, this is old, by the way. This is a long time ago.
I had this one friend, man. She was cool. She was Cuban and Italian. Yeah, she was cool. Real cool. She was nice.
Shout out to her, whoever she is.
Yeah.
Y'all still follow each other on Instagram?
Nah, we still friends. but you know, she married now. It's all respect.
Yeah,
it's all respect.
Shout out to you.
Nah, she was cool though. We used to kick it. We used to go out party and stuff together, man. I had a great time. Like the food, like,
oh
bro.
my God, I can only imagine. I mean, that's my favorite too, Italian food, for real. And Mexican food too. Italian is definitely it though, for sure.
Now you got it. You got it for sure.
Yeah, so on the court though, how was that? How was your team?
It was fun. I will tell you this though.
What year? Hold on, what?
2017 and 2018.
Okay, all right.
So when I got there, it was August 17th to this day. And we ended up, we had a really, really good season. We made it to like the semifinals of the playoffs. And I remember my first 2 weeks were the roughest, bro. Like, this is what really broke me to being comfortable with being by myself and being alone with myself. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is a part of like my growth as well.
Yeah.
So like, all of my teammates were older. So I was 24 at the time. So all my teammates were older. And so they were like 30 plus. So like after practice, they're going to home family, to their wife and kids, or, you know what I'm saying? And they know that they had either been playing there for like a year or two. So they knew their way around the city. I'm in driving this fucking stick shift that I'm learning to drive as I'm going. You know what I'm saying?
Fucking up.
I don't know where to go eat. I don't know these niggas for real. Like, and you know me, bro, like, I'm still around the same guys I was around in high school.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like as a, you know what I'm saying, few here and there, but like it's the same guys, the same like yeah.
Your core guys for sure.
So like venturing out at that time was like tough for me because I had never had to. Like all my friends either played basketball with me. I had never had to connect with somebody or another man on the level of like as being a man.
Yeah.
So really figuring it out, and having like some fun and trying to like actually understand what the hell it means to be overseas. You know what I'm saying? Like I lived on this nice ass apartment, man. I hated it because like the fucking nothing worked in that bitch. Like the Wi-Fi didn't work, nothing. But it was a beautiful apartment, bro. Had this big ass like party patio.
Yeah.
And it was on a hill, so it overlooked the fucking city, bro. Yeah. And I was in the mountains, so it overlooked damn near like all, you know, Naples. I was in the mountains, so I was like 45 minutes up the mountain from Naples, which is right on the water. Right. So I was overlooking all of that shit, bro. Yeah. Like at nighttime, and that shit was amazing, but I hated it because I was like crying and shit, bro. I couldn't like talk to nobody. I couldn't talk to my mom or nobody, bro. I was like in the room crying for like a week at that time, like, because I was like, damn, like I'm up here enjoying this beautiful ass view, but I'm sad as fuck because like I don't have nobody to experience this shit with. Yeah. But that was I guess the process of me understanding myself. Like, bro, like you gotta understand, like, bro,
that's crazy.
A lot of your experience, some of your experiences, you're gonna have to enjoy with yourself and understand what it's for. Yeah. And take it what it's for.
Yeah. So did you go to China after that?
Nah, I went back to the G League one more year.
With OKC?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I went to the Philippines.
Talk about that, because I seen you look like Victor Wembanyama in that league.
Man,
no bullshit. I was like, God.
Oh my God.
My boy got it. But you was telling me, like, I feel like when you was talking about that, bro, you seemed most excited about that for real. I was like, damn, he really fuck with this league right here.
Yeah, because that's when with my agent, I was like, listen, I want to go to China. And he was like, well, it's kind of tough to get to China because they look for a specific thing. And I was like, look, just put me in a spot where I can prove myself or give me the opportunity, and I'll take it from there. So unbeknownst to him, we was in a well, he actually did.
How long is this flight to China, though?
It depends where you flying from the East Coast. It's not many flights from the East Coast. Usually like in Midwest, like Detroit or something, or like the West Coast. But I would say from like Detroit or something like that, it's probably 16. From like LA, it's like 11 or like 12, 13.
But don't y'all stop somewhere and shit?
Usually like in Seoul, like Korea. But from there to China is like an hour.
Okay. So I got a couple questions about this.
Yeah, I got some stories too. You got to ask me some shit. I got other stories. You got to say all these places out of Barry, bro. I got so many fucking stories, bro. I was still on Italy for a second.
Yeah. So in China, do they really cook rats and shit?
I've not seen none cook, but I've seen like some Chinese people.
You had to eat the food though.
No, I've seen people. I ain't eating none of that shit. I've seen some Chinese people pick like frogs up and just bite their heads off and shit. It's this shit called the wet market.
Yeah.
And like that's where they have like all that type of, you know, they'll eat.
So what was you eating while you was there?
What people don't know, bro, is like it depends on where you are. So like if your base city is in like some like small town, you know, it's not gonna be much there. So you can have a few restaurants. Like it's like McDonald's and a Starbucks every fucking city there.
Yeah.
So it's like that, Starbucks, Burger King. It's all of that in every city, like Pizza Hut. Like they have shit there. Yeah. But like, when I'm there, I have like really good food. I ain't gonna front, like, cause they got like a lot of international food. So like in Shanghai, it's like 7,000 like international restaurants.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't.
You know
I
what I'm saying?
Not even knew none of that.
So bro, and Shanghai, crazy. Bro, in the springtime, it feels like LA.
Wow.
Like it's right on the water. It's right on the water. They got hella like rooftop pools and hella like rooftop bars and shit, and like it's all like restaurants and like hotels and shit, bro. Like it's nice, bro. Like that's fashion crazy. Shit all everywhere, bro. Like they just built an Amiri store over there in Shanghai. I was there when they was unveiling the shit, bro. It's fire.
That's what shout out my nigga Reggie Groves, man.
Yeah, he's still over there. He ain't been home about
everything.
He ain't been home about 2 years. He doing his camp
Chinese
over there
now. So give me a story though. Give me a story that you had to give.
From which country? Choose a country. You want from the Philippines?
Yeah.
Okay, we oh shit. So when I was in the Philippines, we had a tournament in Macau, and we also had one in Dubai. I guess though, Macau is close to like, it's like China, but Macau looks exactly like Vegas, bro. Right. It's the Vegas of China, like that's their gambling spot. So we went to Dubai, and it's like my first time there, and it was amazing.
Well, I've never been to Dubai, so
it was amazing.
Been to Dubai? Yeah. Okay.
So it's a big like Filipino community there. So we which story was I about to tell? Oh, so in Dubai, so we play our game, we win. I had a really good game, and so we going out. Me and my homie C. Ross, we used to always go out to the games. Just like, bro, fuck that. We about to go out. Like, these nice ass spots. We going somewhere. So we went to this like club that was in like the middle of this fucking desert, bro. And we went inside, and like, it was, it wasn't super expensive, but it was pretty straight though. You feel me? And the fucking club didn't have no ceiling, bro. It was in the middle of the desert. It had no ceiling. Like, Designer was performing. So it's like 2019. So this like Designer on his last leg at this point.
But
so like
still Panda was still,
Panda still hit though. Yeah. So Designer was performing. Everybody out there just chilling and kicking in and shit in the club in the section, bro. And like, bro, I seen probably the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life, bro.
Wow. And
she had 10 security guards around her.
Who the fuck was she?
I don't know, but I was really a whisk ass whooping to go talk to her.
You ain't asked?
I went over there and I always got my ass whooped. So like, I was walking up and I didn't know that all those dudes was with her. Yeah. I thought it was just some, just the club security or some shit like that, escorting her back to her seat or something. So I'm, walking up there. I had like this fucking like button down, like, the little like, Big Daddy shirts, motherfuckers, you wearing a little button down with the prints and shit on it.
Yeah.
So I had that shit buttoned all the way down to the navel. So I'm like, I'm sexy. I just had about 45. I'm about to go, So I walk up to her, and when I tell you these dudes grabbed me, bro, like, it wasn't like no, like they yoked me up, but they was like, they grabbed my arms, like, back the fuck up. And I look around, I'm like, all right, man, all right.
And you still don't know who the fuck she is?
Nah. We was smart. I only went up to her because it was like, I don't know, how you make eye contact with somebody, and sometimes
she wants me.
Right.
She clearly wants me.
Or she could have just been like being nice, like, oh, it's a foreigner in my country. Like, I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I don't want him to think that we're mean. So, but I missed that one, bro. Man.
That's hilarious.
So we leave the club, and we meet these two girls. We meet some chicks out there. They were pretty cool. So we leave the club, bro. So we in like Ubers and stuff. We trying to find an Uber. So like, no, where our car's coming. So I bet. So I'm down there chilling and shit. So they car pull up. Both of their cars pull up. I'm like, oh, okay. Now, hold on, where y'all car at? So I know these are our cars. That's what car it was.
What?
It's fucking Bentleys.
Ooh, the girl you
these are just two random girls, bro. They slapped some fucking Bentleys, bro. I'm like, oh, hold on. So y'all got two Bentleys? Well, I have one, and she just got one for her birthday. So, like, yeah, I guess. So I'm like, it's like 7 of us, bro. So we all pile up in both of their cars, and we go to this nice-ass, like lounge and shit. They had hookah and shit there, and, like, we had, like, some nice-ass, like, the sun was coming up. Like, it was, like, 5:30 in the morning. Like, the sun was coming up. We had, like, fucking pizza and shit. It was cool.
What did they do?
I don't know, bro. It's probably, like, inheritance money. It was oil money or something like that, bro. I don't know, but...
See, that's amazing. I ain't never had no shit happen like
that. Yeah, bro.
No girl ain't never pulled up on me in no Bentley.
And I ain't gonna say they politics, but like their customs and stuff is different, especially like even in the clubs. Cause like it was beautiful women all around. And I'm like, yeah, come over here. But like they couldn't. Cause it's like, if you get a section where like, if you're a guy's friend that's in the section with him, you can't leave his section. Like you're with him that whole night. You're with that group of friends that whole night. You can't veer off and go to somebody else's section.
What?
That's just, like, well, at least that's what it was at that club at that time with those girls that I was looking at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that was the vibe that I was getting because they was prisoners of war or some shit.
And this was the Philippines?
This was in Dubai, but for the team in the Philippines. The Philippines was fucking wild, bro. Like you could party there every night, bro.
Yeah.
But it's a beautiful...
And that's where you was at last, right?
China was last.
China.
It was like the Philippines, I would say, is a beautiful country though, man. Like the people are nice. They like real sweet, harmless people. And they like, I will say, bro, in Asia, bro, basketball is so much bigger than it is in America. It's
Really?
not even close, bro.
Wow.
It's like what soccer is to Europe, or what football is to Europe.
Yeah.
And what football is in America to Americans, you know what I'm saying?
That's
but
crazy.
like,
I didn't know
that shit is insane, bro.
So hold on. So China is your last destination, right?
This is where I've been, so I'm about to leave to go back to China.
When are you leaving to go back there?
I'm waiting my visa, so it should be, I get my visa. I'm going to apply for my visa on the 6th, so it should take a few days. So
okay.
Hopefully right before or after Valentine's Day.
Right. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I don't know. I felt like I was in Dubai for a minute.
Man, bro.
I was meant to say.
Man.
Damn, my boy.
Once I'm done with basketball, I'll come tell some real stories.
Yeah, and that's why I'm trying to
stories,
wrap this up.
Let me tell you one in the
I can see you kind of taking it somewhere that I don't want Dez Wells to take it.
I was about to say, I got one in the Philippines, man. We was in Macau. That shit was crazy. All right, well, I can tell you the story without it being about that. All right. So this is like after the game where I scored like 40-something points.
Right.
So it was, so afterwards, me and my boy C. Ross, we chilling. We don't know what's going on. We trying to figure out what to do. So we finished eating downstairs in a little like cafeteria area. We go up to our room. So we go to the room, we chilling, and one of the teammates called us like, "Hey, bro, come over here. This wild ass party. These guys took us out this wild party, bro. Come on." So we're like, "Oh shit!" So he turned the camera around. It's like getting like 20 females. It's like 5 of our teammates. Everybody's in there just chilling, like, kicking it back. You know what I'm saying? They got shots. They got like food and shit, like bites and shit like that, like bite size, like finger food and shit like that. So we ended up pulling up there. It's like a fucking like a bathhouse. So it's like one of the places where you gotta like they give you a robe and slippers and shit, like Rush Hour 2.
Okay.
Literally like that.
Yeah.
So we go in there, like ladies start giving us like a back rub and shit. So we chilling. It's a real like cool vibe, you know what I mean? So the 2 dudes who are taking them are like guys that like media guys. It's supposed to be like media guys. So I remember seeing them at the game, but I ain't really thinking nothing of it. So the guys come up to me, they just like, "Hey man, we'll give you this and the third." I'm like, "Bro, what the fuck? Like, what you talking about?" They're like, "Yeah, man, if you do this, if you do that, I'm like, "Bro, I'm not with none of that shit, bro. I don't do that. Like, what you mean? I just scored 40 points. You think I want to like not score some points to get like, bro, what are you talking about?" So, and then the money that he's saying he's gonna give me, he's like, "Yeah, and it's in his currency." So he's like, "I'll give you 20, I give you 2 million RMB, right? That's the Chinese currency.
How much is that?
So 2 million, you just got to divide that by like 7.6 or some shit like that. So I think that's like probably like 200,000. Ain't enough to,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't enough for that.
No, for sure.
Yeah. So, and I'm talking to them. I'm like, yo.
He trying to get you to like blow the game or something?
Yes, bro. And we play tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I'm like, "Bro, what you mean? I thought we was here just, fucking us, you know what I'm saying, about to have some fun or something like that, kick it with some girls or something." He's like, "Yeah, you have all the girls you want, man, but tomorrow you do." I'm like, "Bro, fuck no. Like, what are you talking about, bro?" So I'm like, bro, I round up the guys like, "Bro, we got to slide, bro. This is, you know what I'm saying? Someone was in the, you know what I'm saying?
That's wild right there.
Right, bro. I'm like, man, y'all are crazy. But that was my intro to Asia, bro. Like, they do that.
Yeah.
Like, sports betting, like, that's not they're just suspending for the year and then they'll come back the next year. Like, but that's not you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's kind of crazy though. But in the Philippines, and I was in the Philippines at the time, but I was on the Filipino team. But yeah, that was just kind of like a weird thing. And I was just not okay with that shit. Cause I'm like, bro, that's not.
I wouldn't be okay with that either, especially if I.
And like, bro, cause like we don't even, like in America, that's not even a thing. Like, don't nobody think about like throwing a fucking game for no money, bro. It's like, no, I want the glory. Keep the money, bro. I really love this shit. Like,
that's crazy. Right?
But also different cultures, different customs. So that's a part of going to different countries and learning new shit too. It's like learning the shit that you don't like about it.
Yeah, boy, you done been through a lot, my boy. You done experienced a lot more than anybody. I didn't even know you did all that shit.
I'm gonna fuck people up. I'm gonna write a book. In not a few years, but when the time is right,
you should, because you got a lot going on. So before we leave, though, this is what I'm gonna need. I'm gonna need to know. I asked all my, real hoopers, all my leaguers. We're in a cult in here. So
Okay.
who's your top 5 in Raleigh of all time?
Of all time.
Top 5, dead or alive.
Of all time. You want me to give like in like high school or just like from there, just body of work?
It don't matter. Whoever your top 5 is, it don't have to be.
I give you my top 5. I tell you each one,
okay,
why they are who they are, and what
is this the order?
Yeah, I can give you the order.
All right, go ahead.
Are you John?
John number 1?
Yeah.
John's number 1 in everybody's book, by the way. John, you number 1 in everybody's book. Okay, so John.
Well, because John, nobody has ever done it to that level, and nobody can surpass what he's done.
You can only be equal.
Yeah.
Like you can't be higher
But
than number 1.
I don't even think you can be equal because like what John is to Raleigh is the same as what LeBron is to, the city he's from.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, ain't nobody ever left playing basketball and made that much money and had that big of an impact, bro. He's the only celebrity basketball player we've had, besides like Pistol Pete, PJ, but like
the biggest.
Like he did it at the highest level at every point, Okay,
John.
with the spotlight on him. Number 2, Riley. PJ.
I was going.
Yeah, PJ's number 2.
Oh, okay.
For the same reasons as John. The only thing that puts him as number 2 is that he didn't do he did
he took a tough route to get where he at, for sure.
Right. Well, and he understands it from both spectrums, or from both sides of the coin, shall I say? Because he played overseas about 5-6 years, and then he been in the league for shit like 12 years now. So that's just a hell of a career, bro.
Yeah.
So like he got the best of both worlds.
Right.
Number 3. Damn. I gotta think about.
Damn.
I can't just think about it in totality of work. I say Flip.
Flip from Philly.
Shit, not to me.
Okay.
Not to me, bro. Shit, I say Flip.
Shout out to Flip. That's my guy.
Yeah,
too.
I give Flip an honorary pass, bro.
Yeah,
just
he
because,
definitely get an honorary pass. That's my guy.
And he went to Shaw. He put on for Raleigh. I
Bro,
say Flip get a Raleigh pass because Flip went to Shaw, and Flip came back for at least 8 years straight, bro. After he
showed nothing but love,
right?
Nothing but love.
I ain't got nothing. Ain't nothing like Flip.
All right, that's dope though. Okay, Flip. That's 3.
Shit, number 4. What's from Raleigh?
Yeah, who else from Raleigh? This shit's crazy.
CJ?
Okay. Can't go. These your
CJ?
5, so.
Yeah, I say CJ just because, man, just talent, bro. I don't think we ever seen
CJ
anybody
is one of the
bro.
first, like one of these guys that's 6'9", dribbling and all that shit. So
and like they try to compare people to CJ, and I'm like, bro, like none of these guys are even fucking close.
Yeah,
like because these dudes be doing like when I see some of the guys that they compare to CJ, I'm like, damn, that's how they look when they like into the game.
Yeah,
I'm like, bro, CJ looked better than that when he was bored.
right.
And I'm like, for that 5-minute stretch where he'll rev that motherfucking engine up and then just do a 3. Bro, I see this man catch it on the block, bro. CJ don't worry, no goddamn back to the basket move, bro. This man caught the ball back to the basket, spit off a nigga, man, and 360 that, bro, just all natural ability.
Yes, he was. That's for sure.
And he was like a sophomore.
Yeah, I seen CJ at NC State do a fucking sham guy on the block and got away with it. He did a sham guy and somehow got it and laid it up. I said,
I remember when he did a sham guy against Ryan
at State.
What's Ryan's name?
Kelly.
Yeah, against Ryan Kelly at Ravenscroft, and when it dunked it, you don't remember that?
This was college.
The game.
I'm talking about college. So
oh man,
in the college game, but on the block, he turned around and did it and laid him. I said, yo, what?
even if CJ didn't reach everybody else's expectations, CJ's still one of the best to me.
Yeah, and he was a pro. Motherfuckers don't understand. For you to be a pro at what you do, it means you're good.
Injuries and stuff, man. Sometimes it just happens, and that's just the
okay. So that's 4. Shout out to my dog CJ too. Right. So that's 4.
And shit, Nah, I put CJ number 5 and I'll be number 4.
Ooh, okay. You're going to put Dez Wells in there.
Yeah.
Man, you can't fucking put Dez Wells in there. So, so we got to get you another one. Of course you win there, but
I assumed everybody did that, so I wanted to follow the line.
This dude is crazy.
But not CJ number 4, number 5, man. Raleigh.
I can't wait.
Oh shit, Devontae, Devontae going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to my dog.
Man, I feel like I'm missing somebody too though, bro. Hold on, Devontae, hold on, bro. Oh shit, yeah, TJ. Oh shit, TJ, my nigga, TJ. Nah, but TJ not from Raleigh though.
Oh, he not?
TJ not from Raleigh. TJ don't claim being from Raleigh, so
okay.
that's why I feel like to say
TJ
from Durham, bro.
Man, TJ, you from Raleigh.
Yeah, we accept him if he wanted, but he always say he from Durham though.
So, okay. So DT. You gotta put DT
I put DT there. Yeah.
Shout out to my dog, man.
Yeah. TJ, but that's my dog. But he definitely proud of being from Durham too. So I ain't, he proud of the Bulls. So I ain't gonna take that.
So you got John, PJ, Flip, CJ, and DT. Okay, that's a nice little 5. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's another episode. We out of here, man.
Damn.
This is No Kizzy with Trizzy, hosted by Latrell McCoy. We talk about the greatness that's come out of Raleigh, North Carolina, whether it's sports, community, or business. We highlight successful stories of people that have made it happen for themselves and their families, and talk about what it took for them to become successful. No Kizzy.